Talk about omitting the else block. Omitting the else block. Python doesn't require an else block at the end of an if-elif chain. Sometimes an else block is useful. Sometimes it is clearer to use an additional elif statement that catches the specific condition of interest. Let's say that age is 12, and if age is less than 4, then the price is 0, and elif age less than 18, then the price is, let's say, $25, and elif age less than 65, and let's say the price is $40. elif age greater than or equal to 65, let's say the price is $20. Then let's print if your admission cost is price. Now let me make the lining clearer. Let me just run it, and you could see that your admission cost is $25. The extra elif block assigns a price of $20 when the person is 65 or older, which is a bit clearer than the general else block. With this change, every block of code must pass a specific test in order to be executed. Now if I change the age here, let's say I make it 65, then you could see that I will get 20. If I make it 60, then I will get 40, and if I make it 3, which is less than 4, so the price will be 0. And block is a catch-all statement. It matches any condition that wasn't matched by a specific if or else test, and that can sometimes include invalid or even malicious data. If you have specific final condition you are testing for, consider using a final elif block and omit the else block, which we used in the previous video. As a result, you will gain extra confidence that your code will run only under the correct conditions. Now let's talk about testing multiple condition. Now let's talk about, let me erase it. Okay, good. The if-elif else chain is powerful, but it is only appropriate to use when you just need one test to pass. As soon as Python finds one test that passes, it skips the rest of the test. This behavior is beneficial because it is efficient and allows you to test for one specific condition. However, sometimes it is important to check all of the conditions of interest. In this case, you should use a series of simple if statements with no elif or else blocks. Let's say that let's talk about toppings. Okay, extra ingredients. Let's say that the requested ingredients and ingredients. Let's make a quick list, and let's say that mushrooms and extra cheese. Okay, now let me just make a statement. If mushrooms and requested ingredients, okay, then print adding mushrooms. Okay, and we already have mushrooms in the ingredients. So let me just print it. You could see that I got adding mushrooms. Now if now let's talk about another ingredient. If let's say that if this ingredient and requested ingredients, okay, then print adding this. Okay, let me just copy it so that it makes me a little bit, it will make the work a little bit easier. Okay, now let me just run it, and you could see that if I want to add one more thing, don't have this in the ingredients. Now let's make let's talk about this ingredient which is in the list, extra cheese. Okay, and requested ingredients, and if I just print it and I say that adding extra cheese, and let me just keep it in quotes. Okay, and I just print. Okay, and I just want to add a comment, and we already talked about comments in detail. Let's say that if I want to make it in a new line, okay, add a line, say finished making your pizza. Okay, if I run it, you could see that. Let me just remove the spacing error. Okay, just make the spacing perfect, indentation error upon we get, and if you just fix it, you could see that I get all the thing that I need, adding mushrooms, adding extra cheese. Whatever ingredients are in the list are displayed, since mushrooms are also in the list, and extra cheese is also in the list. That's why these two ingredients are displayed. But since we don't have pepperoni in the list, which is missing, this is why it is not displayed. And at the end we have add this comment. Okay, if you want to add something, let me just add another comment. Okay, then let me just quickly add something else. Let's say that okay, let me just paste it here, and just let me just add extra. Okay, just for the sake of understanding, and if I just add, like, let's suppose that extra is another ingredient. Let's say that xyz is another ingredient which is not in the list. Let me just show you that it is not in the list, so it will not be displayed. But if I add xyz here, let me just add xyz here, xyz, and then if I run it, you could see that xyz is displayed. Similarly, if I remove s from just here, like just simple s, then mushroom will not be displayed. Okay, if you just make a small tiny mistake, then it will not be displayed. If I remove s from here, then mushroom, then now it will be adding mushroom, which is mushroom is displayed. If I remove z from here, then xyz will not be displayed. So you need to take care of these things, and you need to understand it. Spellings do matter, variables name do matter, everything matters in programming. So have a good command over it, and try to not rush it and understand it carefully. Okay, so in the previous videos, in this video, we learned about statements, if else and if elif statements, and now how to remove else block, how to test multiple conditions. So these things are very important. Do learn it, do practice it, and post comments if you get stuck anywhere. Okay, thank you for watching.